of your patient and the cuff. Not very tight, okay? Very easily coming in. 2 fingers. Not like this, okay? Not, you can sit there. Okay, not like that. Okay, you're already increasing the pressure. You're not just even getting blood pressure, there's already pressure there. So just enough to be snugly fit and 2 fingers touching. Okay? Always ask your patient, do you know your previous blood pressure? Do you know your previous blood pressure, ma'am? You don't? How come? You're diabetic, you don't know your blood pressure? Anyway. Prepare your stethoscope, okay? Your stethoscope should be slightly forward. So arrange your stethoscope, they should be like this. Not flat like that, okay? You see this? This is flat, right? It should be slightly forward. Slightly. Look, is that not slightly forward? It should be slightly forward, and it should be put on forward that way, because your eardrum or your ear canal is like this. Okay? So if you're going to put on this one, like instead of this way, like this, you will not hear anything, and you will say, "Oh, my stethoscope, my BB is not working." You don't know what you're doing. Okay? It's supposed to be forward like this. Okay? So that it's with angle, the same angle as your ear, okay? Now, let's see. What is the normal blood pressure?
120/80.
120/80. Usually for men, 120/80 is the normal blood pressure, but for women, a younger age, they can even fall from 90 to over 60, yeah? Women usually have a lower blood pressure. Let's see, but, okay, what affects blood pressure? There are 7 factors that may affect blood pressure.
Weight.
What was your question?
Regularly, no disease. No diseases.
Genetics.
Your patient's activity, your patient's emotional and physical state, the temperature of your patient, the diet of your patient, medications of your patient. Okay? They can affect your blood pressure. Okay? So then you have to ask, if your patient is, okay, take my blood pressure. Okay, of course the blood pressure will be high, right? Because the patient was exerting effort. So if your patient just hiked to you, you were walking on the street and the patient was walking really fast, and sir, mama, get your blood pressure, right? Away you take your blood pressure, what will you think the blood pressure will be? High. Okay, so if you must let your patient rest at least for 5 minutes, hoping that the heart is okay, and that within 5 minutes the heart will be relaxing. Then you can take the blood pressure. Okay? So if it's a woman who is relatively healthy looking and no problem, you get the blood pressure, because if the woman looks sick or is obese or looks like already is diabetic or anyway has a problem, you look not healthy, they would definitely know somehow their blood pressure. Okay? So because if they don't know their blood pressure, you cannot use the stethoscope right away. Okay? Because there are 2 ways of taking blood pressure. One is auscultatory and the other one is palpatory. Okay? If you don't know your blood pressure yet, you have to do palpatory first before you do auscultatory. Auscultatory meaning? Palpatory rather, meaning you're using your fingers. Okay? Your index and your middle finger, you put here on your, you know where to take your radial pulse? Here. Okay? Not here inside. Oh. Your blood vessel for the blood pressure is on the medial aspect.
This is on the lateral.
But when you're taking your pulse, it is on the lateral aspect. Okay? And you don't use your thumb, okay? Because the thumb has its own pulse. So you use your index finger and your middle finger to take the pulse. Can you feel your own pulse? Okay, go. Feel your pulse. Feel your pulse. Feel. Can you feel?
Feels good.
What does it feel like?
Healthy.
Pounding? Pumping? Can you? It should be regular, okay? Regular. Poke. Okay. Now, when you don't know the blood pressure of your patient, you will do a palpatory blood pressure initially. Okay? Usually, let's say, you must be 90/60. Be sure you're a young lady first. Maybe you're 90/60. Now, you will more or less pump your you pump your pump. It's very, very obvious. Anyway, you pump this thing to above 30 millimeters above 90. If for blood pressure, your thinking is more or less going to be 90/60. Okay? Suppose you are to 120/80, we're going to pump your blood pressure to 150. Okay? Let's say 20 to 30, some say 20, some say 30, so let's play 30. Okay? So 30 millimeters above your expected. Okay? More or less you think you're going to be 90/60. So I'm going to pump it to 120. Your 120, I'm going to pump it to 150. Okay? Okay. While you are pumping, you are feeling your pulse. Okay? So. And I'm pumping. And I'm pumping. And I'm not listening to the pump. I'm watching for when the pulse will disappear. Okay? So, when the pulse disappears, that means that is your systolic palpatory blood pressure. Okay? Did you get me?
Yeah.
When that means that it is tight enough to occlude the blood pressure, the blood that's coming in through your arm. So that's now exceeding the amount of pressure your blood is exerting on the blood vessel wall. Okay, did you get me?
Yes.
If you're palpating and it disappears, that is your systolic palpatory blood pressure. Okay? That's your first. Okay? You cannot take a palpatory diastolic blood pressure. You cannot. Okay? It's only systolic. But now you know when you're more or less going to hear that tok. Okay? The first tok. Okay? Shh. Tok, tok, tok. That one is equivalent to when it disappears. More or less. Okay? Did you get me?
Yeah.
So that is if you don't know the blood pressure of your patient. So now I know because I felt it. It's okay. It disappears. It disappears at 90. Okay? When it disappears at 90, now I can put my stethoscope on. Now watch it. You can usually put this here. Okay? Or let the patient. You ask the patient to help you because this is interacting. You're giving your patient work to do, and she is now actively involved in the blood pressure taking. So let her hold, because it's nice to have interaction with your patient already. So will you please take a hold and you look, okay? Even if you're looking, you can already tell. Can you tell the blood pressure by looking?
Yes.
You can, okay? Because it will say. It does that.
Oh.
So you will know when it is systolic because it will do like this. So you will know your systolic blood pressure even by looking, you know.
Yeah.
But then you're looking, you're listening, okay? You can even do this at the same time because you're not holding this. This is what's nice with this one because it's already there. You don't have to hold it. But if it's separate, you need to hold it there, right?
It will be separated.
Yeah, so then you'll be holding and you cannot do your auscultatory at the same time. Yeah, I mean auscultatory and palpatory. Okay. Okay. So do put your partner and do now. Okay? And then when you do it, we listen to your systolic blood pressure.
Hey, Svetlana, could you get a black